This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2024 model 42 View Salem Grand Villa destination trailer, okay? So this is not a floor plan video, it's a how-to video, so I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So you have a large, long awning. It's a power awning with LED strip. Okay. There's two doors here. This is a regular entry door here. Of course, up here there's a sliding door. You have outside speakers. You have a TV signal out plus power here if you wanted to set a TV out here, for example. Of course, your sliding doors. Just regular 120 AC out. Okay, so you have two 30-pound LP tanks, which are full. You have a deep cycle marine battery, which is brand new. Now this battery has a kill switch for it. I'm not sure you can see it from here. Let me see. Oh boy. It's very difficult to see, so you'll have to look around for it a bit. But in here, there's a red key, a red plastic key that turns it on and off, okay? That's just to kill the battery if you need to. If you're gonna have this on a lot, you're gonna basically keep it plugged in all the time, so you don't have to pay a whole lot of attention to that, but nevertheless it's there. So, okay. Excuse me. Two slide rooms here. Some storage here. This is your city water hookup, the most common way to get water to the trailer. Hook the hose on there, turn it on, you're all set. If you're camping someplace that does not have city water, you can pre-fill your fresh water tank right here. And then when you get to where you're camping, you can just turn on the 12-volt water pump and pump water out of the tank. All the plumbing will work as though you have city water. You'll just be pumping it from the tank. But 99 times out of 100, you're going to have city water hookup, so you just hook up to there. If you have city water, you don't have to worry about the pump or the holding tank. And that's the drain for your fresh water tank right there. Of course, that's the furnace vent. All right. Move down. That's a vent for the range hood. So if you're going to be using the range hood inside to vent to the outside, make sure you get up on a ladder. And there's a baffle there that flaps freely if you open it up. So you're just going to use your thumb and pop it open, and it'll vent freely to the outside. It'll flap freely as long as you have it opened, okay? You only need to do that if you're venting to the outside. Gray tank, black tank, of course. This one here, the larger one, is always the black tank, which is toilet water and waste. Okay. Now this is your black tank flush here. So after you dump your black tank, you can leave your hose hooked up, leave the black tank valve open, like it says right here. Leave it open. Hook the hose onto here, turn it on, and it'll spray out the inside of your black tank, clean off the sensor so you get a really good accurate reading. Just cleans it out really well. So you should if you got a working hose when you're dumping it, you should always flush the black tank, okay? Alrighty. This is your water heater. It's a gas water heater. Now, right now it's filled with water. It's ready to go. Like I said, it works on electric. It has electric heating elements in it. This is your pressure relief valve here. That's just a safety device. You can drain the tank right here if you wanted to, just by going like so. See? So you can drain it that way if you have to. Right now it's in camping mode, so you can see this is a bypass line. If we were winterizing it, for example, putting antifreeze in it for the winter time so it doesn't freeze, you would change these valves to this position here, like so. and then you would drain the tank. Okay. The reason you would do that because after you drain it, you're going to have to pump antifreeze into the system to keep it from freezing. You can't get antifreeze into the water heater tank. It'll leave a foul taste. So you avoid that. The way you do that is by bypassing the water heater. So right now we'd be in bypass mode. So as you pump antifreeze into the system, none of it's going to go into the water heater tank. Instead it's going to be diverted around in a loop with this line here, around in a loop, so it bypasses the water heater. Hence the term bypass. So just keep that in mind. You can't get water in there. Never run the electric heating element without water in the tank. So if you've had it winterized for the winter and spring comes along, don't forget to fill the tank, put the valves in the correct position, and to fill the water heater tank before you turn it on. Otherwise you'll burn out the element and you'll have to get it repaired. Okay, let me put it back into camping mode like it should be. So right now in camping mode, the cool water is going to come in here. It's going to go this way and it's going to go into the tank, heat up, and then come out hot here, right? Go about its way, go to the different faucets. If it was in bypass, it would just loop around and skip the water heater, okay? All right. Okay, so your low point drains are there. That's the low point of the plumbing. You got a 50 amp power cord, and you also get this reducer to reduce it down to a 30, and you get another one to reduce it down to a 20 for an emergency. Okay. Okay, so that's a vent for the bathroom right there. Keep in mind you have to inspect your roof every 90 days or so. The manufacturer states every 90 days. The idea is you want to stay ahead of any potential problems, so you want to send somebody up there and have them look it over, make sure there's no damage to the roof or the roofing attachments that might be caused by low branches or anything like that. Just give it an inspection, okay? Cable and satellite through here. All right. Here we are back where we started from. So we'll go inside now. Okay. So, a lot of cool features with this. We'll start with the panel right here when we first get in. So your water pump, I told you that you could pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You turn the water pump on right there. That water pump is also used to winterize the trailer. Okay, lights here, light there. Your slide room switch here. The slides are hydraulic, so you have the slide out right there. Let's see here. Hold on one second. Let me walk back here so I don't accidentally tell you something that's not accurate. Yeah, so yeah, that's correct. Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was hydraulic. You check your levels here, your battery, of course. You only have one black tank there, so you can see it's empty. You got a gray tank. Freshwater tank is got 2/3 in it because we're prepping it. Your battery's charged, so you can check all that there. Now when you're using this dimmer as a master switch, it's kind of tricky. So you're going to put your thumb right on it here, and you're going to rub your thumb over it. It can be real tricky to get to turn on and off, so just keep that in mind. When it comes to dimming it, if you're going to dim it, you have to go very slow because it reacts real quickly. So, okay, this is your thermostat here, heating, cooling. The thing is, you just hit the mode button here, lights it up. Then you keep hitting the mode button until you find the mode you want. It's very simple. Of course, your refrigerator is here. It's strapped for travel, therefore the doors and the drawers and doors won't come open when you're in transit and damage or dent something, okay? It should always be like that when you're traveling. Okay, over here we have lights here. Then we have your power awning here. Remember to never leave the awning out unattended. Okay, if you're not going to be at the campsite, roll it in. Okay. These are your powered shades and your televator. Okay, so we'll just pick a shade. We'll go with shade number 6, and we'll go down with it. So you can see 6 over there going down. Send it back up. So you just pick whatever shade you want, and it'll go up and down, it'll go up and down. Now when it comes to the televator, which pops out of that cabinet there with the TV, you're going to go to TV lift, and we'll go up, like so. There you have it. So that's how you operate that. Your keys are right here, by the way, on the faucet. You got stools under here. Okay, so you'll have a remote for your TV, a remote for your sound bar, a remote for your fireplace. Let me see if I can find them real quick. I think they're probably in the packet, but I don't know for sure. I didn't prep this, so yeah, so they're going to be in here. Come on, one-handed, it's not easy. Come on, Carl, you can do it. There we go. Yeah, so they're in here. That's the remote, the fireplace, or no, that's actually the soundbar remote. You got some touch-up crayons here and markers, so you can fix up any dings or dents to it. There's your fireplace remote there, and your TV remote, okay? So, TV works like any other TV, of course. The soundbar doesn't have AM, it only has FM radio, so keep that in mind, FM only. But it also has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly from your phone or your tablet. You have a USB drive, so you can put all your MP3 music onto one stick and take it all with you, for example. You have an HDMI here to go into the system, so if you had like a portable Blu-ray player, for example, you could go into the system right there if you wanted to. You have 2 speaker zones inside and outside. One is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it does pretty much everything you need, and then some. When it comes to the, let's see what we got here. Oh, I got that. See if he's got that plugged in, or no, it's off. Okay, so he's got that off. Anyway, the fireplace, you can set the colors of the flame. You can set the temperature, that sort of thing. It is a space heater, so it'll really kick out the heat, and it works on AC power, so you can use regular campground power. So you don't, on a day where you don't quite need the LP, you can just use this to take the chill out of the air and use regular campground electricity and save your LP, that sort of thing. So it does all that. It has a timer, so you can time it to turn on and shut off when you want it to, that sort of thing, okay? Alrighty. Alright, so there's a compartment here. Keep that in mind. You can store whatever you like back there. Top secret stuff. There's also storage underneath here for blankets. Alright, let me pick up the pace a bit here because I don't want to get too far behind that. When it comes to your microwave, why is this not put together here? Okay. Alrighty. But it works like any other microwave. There we go. Okay. It has vent. Remember I told you have to open that vent on the outside. So if you're using, it's got a 2-speed fan. If you're going to use the fan, you got to open the baffle and the vent outside if you're venting to the outside. Also has light underneath it. You have your range. It's very simple. You just basically turn to high and then spark it, hold it long enough to heat up the thermocouple, and you're all set. Make sure when you're using it and it's cold, you hold it in long enough for it to stay lit. So that's the only thing to remember. The middle one is for your oven. You have lights here, and a oven light here. So you got everything you need. Okay, so let's go to the up here. Obviously, this is self-explanatory. This is the smaller loft right up here. Okay. The bathroom here. Okay. So that vent I showed you on the rear, outside rear, is right here. Okay. This is, you can see this is off right here. If I turn it on, the light, it lights up here. That's for the water heater tank. That's to remind you, never run this without water in the tank. If you do that, you're going to have to get it repaired, and that's not warranty. That would be a user error. So never turn it on unless there's water in the tank. Okay. Storage. This is your power converter right here. So it converts AC to DC power. So you start with 120 AC right here, like you'd have at home. Circuit breakers like you'd have at home. They're all labeled here. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC over here. And you can see you got 12 volt fuses, and they're all labeled. Also, this is a battery tender, so it'll sense when you're plugged into shore power, it'll sense how much energy your battery up front needs, the battery up on the tongue needs, and it'll send as many amps necessary to keep it charged, okay? Every plug in a trailer is wired through a GFCI. This one has a physical GFCI. If it's not a physical GFCI duplex, it's still wired through one, so keep that in mind. There'll be two in here. This is pre-plumbed and wired for a stackable washer, dryer, or a combo. You can see each one of these has an actual GFCI. There's your plumbing and everything. Your shower, basically, just so you know, you turn it on and off here by tilting this forward. Then you turn this cube into the 4 different positions to get different parts to work, to get the handset to work. The head up here, the body washer here. You just do that by switching it into the 4 different positions. Okay. Importantly, never travel without this latched. So I'm going to bring it on down here so we can see if I can get that there. Okay, I know you couldn't see that very well, but I just latched it. You can also latch it to this position here, either way. But it's got to be latched in position when you're traveling. If you don't, it'll eventually break. They'll slide back and forth until it hits just the right bump, and you'll wind up breaking a door. So make sure it's always latched into place. Okay, never leave them just freely swinging around on there. Okay. When it comes to the toilet, it's typical RV toilet. It sits right over a black tank. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water. You put a dose of chemical right in the bowl. You step on the foot pedal, hold it down long enough to put at least a gallon of water in the tank along with the chemical. Then it's ready to be used. If you don't do that, then you're going to have issues with the toilet clogging up. The smell will be terrible. It'll just be a mess. So you always use at least a gallon of water and a dose of chemical in it. Okay. That's important. That's one of those mistakes you'll only make once if you do it. This is your central vacuum system here. The attachments are under the front bed there. I'll show you when we get up there. But that's the central vacuum. This is your double loft up here. So it's all self-explanatory. Okay, so you got a thermostat for this, for back here. Okay, and let's see what else we have. Light, of course. Your bed is a tilt bed, so it tilts up. So you always want it in the up position before you bring the slide room in. Okay, so keep that in mind. There's storage under here. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Yeah, so there's your dump hose, your attachments for your vacuum, that sort of thing under there, okay? Alrighty. TV hookups here. You want this light on when you're using the antenna. It tells you that your digital antenna is on. Okay. Alrighty. When you winterize, you get another fireplace, of course. When you winterize, you need to draw antifreeze into the system. So there's a hose on the end of your water pump. That's done here. So you pay attention to this sticker here. You take a screw out here, take a screw out here, remove the cover, the glass cover. Then you'll take out the other 4 screws and remove the fireplace itself. It's very light, and you'll be able to see all the plumbing back there, the bypass valve, the hose to draw the antifreeze into the system, that sort of thing. So that's where that's done, okay? Alrighty. I think we've pretty much got it here. Let me look around. Okay. Okay, so I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting your roof every 90 days. You need to inspect it to make sure nothing bad is happening. You can't see what's up there unless somebody looks, so make sure you do that. And right now this is in camping mode, so the antifreeze has been purged from the system, replaced with fresh water. Never run the water heater without water in it. Never. If you do, you'll damage it, and it'll cost money to get it repaired. So, okay. When you come to pick up, we'll go through this with you, answer any questions you have, and we'll go from there, okay? Thank you.